Today, we're in Cinderford for the latest Cinderford Action Group meeting, part of our Priority Place work funded by Sport England. Over the past year, we've been working in Cinderford, testing an approach called group model building, a collaborative, community-led method that brings together local cross-sector partners in a series of workshops. Through this process, we've explored how things have changed over time and mapped out complex, interconnected factors affecting physical activity in Cinderford. Following these workshops, 5 action groups have been formed: community activity, services, facilities, communication information and transport. These groups now have 73 dedicated members, all working together on actions with the aim of creating a healthier, happier Cinderford. Let's head inside to find out about more of the progress and what's next.
It's been fantastic getting everybody together. We've made connections with organisations that we've not really met before. We've developed connections more deeply with organisations that we already knew a little bit, but we didn't quite understand the extent of kind of what they did and all the different projects they had running. So that kind of networking link has been really useful.
Just the learning from other people and just connection with so many different partners. Some, I've been here 10 to 15 years now, and I felt like I had some good connections and knew a fair bit about what was going on locally, but it's surprising how much comes out. So it's been really valuable.
What it enabled me to do was to network at speed with lots of people that I probably wouldn't have met before. So I work with the NHS, and one of the things that's really important is to be able to hear the voice of local communities, to provide responses, health responses that are congruent with what local people need. So to be able to have the opportunity to network and hear from various people and stakeholders in the room was something invaluable.
Any opportunity like this to bring people together around certain topics and, action that you want to happen and that it's important for the community are really useful and, valuable to just bring people together and sort of have that networking and discussion and prompt, things to happen.
So one of the great things about the work here in Cinderford is that we've been able to link it up with some other work that's been going on at the District Council. So back in June, July time last year, we ran a climathon event with the Countryside and Community Research Institute at Gloucester University, and we were able to make sure that the findings from that were able to link into the work here in Cinderford. And one of the legacies of that has been that we're able to kind of make sure that those bits of work are working together and complementing each other rather than sort of duplicating.
It's been really useful seeing the extent of organisations that have been involved in this, particularly large ones like the NHS, public sector organisations, meeting specific people and understanding their remits, and then the community sector being able to get a better understanding of public sector and vice versa. So those two bridging a kind of a bit of a gap and organically growing together.
Particularly at local level, actually what's really going on. You've sometimes got a perception of what you think, you might think facilities are, you might think in terms of projects and particular services or activities that are happening in communities. And actually when you get talking to people, you realise that there might be really specific things that you just hadn't appreciated in terms of, that might be, how people connect to those activities, for example, or how many people actually use a facility, what do they think of it, what does it mean to that community, and then it's how best we can help. And I think the most important thing then is the relationships that you can foster.
I'm also a system thinker, and so for me, what it enabled me to do was to join the dots in terms of how do various organisations work together. So the voluntary care sector in Cinderford, whether it's the local authority, the council, those type of active gloss as well. How do we all work together to provide a response that helps the well-being of our local population?
And one of the things that really benefited from our involvement here was that we were able to link up with the community transport schemes and make sure that they were involved as well. That piece of work's kind of being produced and funded now through the council's active travel grant scheme and is currently out for consultation.
It's been really good to see the journey. It's been really good to see the passion that people carry for an area, despite people talking about issues and problems. But actually beneath that, there's a real pride, and actually just sometimes there's little things stopping people. So we've hopefully helped encourage people to share some of those things and to put together kind of those action groups where we look at the issues, look at the things that are going on, and try to bring some strengths around it, bring some people to the table who carry a little bit of passion, insight, but also that partnership working, which I think is much better when it's that place-based approach to really start to deal with some of the issues that are there, whether it's in Cinderford or any other place really. And so, yeah, that's what I've enjoyed. That's what we've enjoyed Active Gloucestershire working in Cinderford.